Imagine pitching this business plan to a bank in 1983. We're going to build a store, and it's going to look like a warehouse. No decoration, no customer service desk. We're going to sell maybe 4,000 products, while Walmart sells 100,000. We'll lose money on almost everything we sell. But here's the best part: customers have to pay us just for the privilege of shopping here. You would be laughed out of the room. Every retail expert in America would call you insane. And yet, Costco became one of the most dominant, most profitable, most beloved retailers in human history. This wasn't insanity, this was orthodoxy obliteration. Hello, I'm Todd Hagopian, the original Stagnation Assassin. Today, we're opening the vault on Costco's 1983 founding. The warehouse club model that violated almost every rule of retail and conquered an industry. To see if this was a strategic slaughter or a stagnation suicide. When every sacred cow in your industry needs to die, sometimes you need to build the slaughterhouse. Let's look at the stagnation score. The pre-Costco retail landscape. Stagnation score, 8 out of 10 for corporate cancer. American retail in the early 1980s was a monument to mediocre margins and manipulative markup. Department stores marked goods up 50 to 100%. Grocery stores played pricing games with loss leaders and BOGO schemes designed to confuse, not serve, the customer. The entire retail model was built on a single rotten assumption: the customer is a wallet to be tricked. Selection paralysis was endemic. Stores carried tens of thousands of SKUs, most of which sat on shelves collecting dust. Inventory costs were astronomical. Waste was just systemic. The industry had optimized for revenue, not for value. And that's the kind of corporate cancer that's terminal. You just don't know it yet. Let's look at the tactical audit. Costco's model is the most elegant application of the 80-20 matrix of profitability that I've ever analyzed. And I don't use the word elegant very often. Here's the matrix in action. While traditional retailers carried 30,000 to 100,000 SKUs, Costco carried roughly 4,000. They identified the vital few products in every category, the ones that actually drive value and customer satisfaction, and they eliminated everything else. The vampire many, the slow-moving, high-margin, shelf space wasting products that traditional retailers clung to, were executed on site. But here's the genius layer. Costco flipped the profit model. They capped markups at 14 to 15%, sometimes selling at cost. They made their real profit on membership fees. Let that sink in. They made money from loyalty, not from markup. They turned the retail model inside out. The membership fee created predictable and recurring revenue that stabilized cash flow regardless of seasonal fluctuations. While traditional retailers lived and died by holiday seasons and Black Friday, Costco had built a revenue floor built into its model. The limited SKU strategy meant standardized operations. Fewer products means simpler logistics, faster inventory turnover, better supplier negotiations, and lower labor costs per unit. Every store looked exactly the same. Every process was replicable. Costco turned retail into a system. Once that model was standardized, scaling was almost mechanical. New warehouse, same 4,000 SKUs, same layout, same operations manual. Costco could open stores at a pace that would cripple a traditional retailer trying to customize each location. At the Orthodoxy Smashing, Jim Sinegal, Costco's co-founder, destroyed every sacred cow in retail. Paid employees above industry average, heresy. Refused to mark up more than 14%, suicide, according to Wall Street. Made the store deliberately ugly, because a pretty store means you're paying for decoration, not product. Every decision was designed around a single ruthless principle: deliver maximum value to the member. Everything else was just noise. But let's look at the hindsight homicide. Costco's hindsight homicide: e-commerce lethargy. For a company that was so brilliant at orthodoxy smashing in physical retail, Costco was painfully slow to embrace digital. Their website for years was clunky, limited, felt like an afterthought, because it was an afterthought. While Amazon was rewriting the rules of retail online, Costco's leadership clung to the orthodoxy that the warehouse experience couldn't be replicated digitally. They eventually improved, but the delay cost them dearly. The irony is devastating. A company built on smashing orthodoxies became captured by its own orthodoxy. This happens a lot. That the physical warehouse model was sacred. Even stagnation assassins can become stagnant when they worship their own playbook. However, the verdict is I'm going to give Costco 5 out of 5 kills. Not very often do we do that, right? Yes, full marks. Even with the e-commerce delay, Costco is one of the greatest business models ever constructed. The 80-20 matrix executed perfectly. Orthodoxy not just smashed, but rebuilt from the ground up. A membership renewal rate above 90%, unheard of. Employee loyalty that makes other retailers look like revolving doors, and revenue approaching $250 billion. Sinegal didn't just build a store, he built a philosophy that prints money while genuinely serving the customer. That's not strategic slaughter, that's strategic perfection. So that's the autopsy. Costco proved that the best business model is the one that makes the customers want to pay you before they buy a single product. And if you want to build that kind of loyalty and value into your business, head over to toddhagopian.com and learn more about the HOT system. Grab the unfair advantage on Amazon and visit stagnationassassins.com for the largest database of stagnation in the world. Continue to declare war on stagnation every single day and every week here with us.